Today we're going to talk about how to find the area of a trapezoid. The first thing we better do is to remind ourselves, what is a trapezoid? Well, remember, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with one set of parallel lines. So two of the lines are parallel, but the other two would eventually meet. Here are some examples. In this one, the two parallel lines are the top and the bottom. But in this one, our two parallel lines are on each side. This one, again, is top and bottom. So as long as we have one set of parallel lines, it's considered a trapezoid. Now, the other important part is the two parallel lines, those are our bases. So we have a base 1 and we have base 2. So we have two different bases there. And in this case, I would have base 1 and base 2, because there are two parallel lines. This one, again, would be top and bottom. I have base 1 and base 2. Now, it doesn't matter which one we call base 1 and base 2. We just know that we have two bases because they're the flat parallel parts. The formula to find the area of a trapezoid is area equals, and we need to add base 1 plus base 2, and then we can multiply it by the height, and then we'll take the answer and divide it by 2. Seems complicated, but really, it's not that bad. So let's take a look at an example. Here's a trapezoid. So my bases are the two parallel sides, 8 and 12. And my height is the distance between them, and that would be that straight up and down distance of 5 centimeters. So I'm going to use a quad, and since I already have it drawn, I'm just going to draw my quad around it. My formula is area equals base 1 plus base 2, in parentheses, times height, all over 2. Well, if I plug in the pieces that I know, base 1 is 8. So area would equal, and in parentheses I put 8 plus base 2, which is 12. And then my height is that distance, so that would be 5. All of that is going to be over 2. Now it's just a matter of solving. So if I use my order of operations, my parentheses are going to come first. 8 plus 12 is going to be 20. And I still have times 5 there, divided by 2. So the next thing would be to multiply 20 times 5, which is 100, and then 100 divided by 2. So my answer is going to be 50, and again, we're dealing with area, so centimeters squared. See, that's not so bad. Let's try another one. So here's my trapezoid. And in this case, the bases are going to be here and here, because they're the two parallel sides. This one would eventually meet up with this other side, so they're not parallel. My height is the straight up and down distance between these two bases. Has to be the 6. Okay? If we turned it, it might look a little bit different, where my base is here, the base is here, and the height is straight up and down right there. Okay, so let's use a quad and figure this out. Our formula is area equals base 1 plus base 2, in parentheses, times the height, all over 2. Well, base 1, we're going to call is 10. So if I plug in base 1 is 10, plus base 2 then would be 8, and then my height would be 6. And that's all divided by 2. Well, if I use my order of operations, 10 plus 8 is 18, and 18 times 6 then is still there. Well, 18 times 6 is going to be 108. And 108 divided by 2 is going to be 54 inches squared. I hope that helps. That's all for now.